Sarah, in labor, waits for an ambulance. Pain hits hard. It arrives, but HOA Karen sees it parked wrong. Furious, she slashes the tire, trapping Sarah. Her baby's in danger, and Karen's cruelty shocks everyone, hooking viewers with outrage and fear. Before watching full story, comment below from where you watching. Also like and subscribe for more stories. Sarah, a young pregnant woman, lives in a strict HOA neighborhood where rules are everything. She's excited but nervous as her due date nears. One night, labor hits hard. Painful contractions come fast and Sarah panics, clutching her belly. Her husband, Mike, stays calm and calls an ambulance, desperate to get her to the hospital. They're scared but hopeful, knowing help is on the way. The ambulance arrives, siren blaring, and parks outside their house. Sarah breathes a little easier, thinking she and her baby will be safe soon. But then comes HOA Karen, the nosy neighbor who loves controlling everyone. Karen's always barking about rules: grass too long, trash cans out early, anything she can complain about. She sees the ambulance parked slightly off the curb, not properly in her eyes. Instead of helping or showing concern, Karen loses it. In a fit of rage, she grabs a knife and slashes the ambulance's tire. The tire hisses, deflating fast, and the ambulance can't move. Sarah, in pain and terrified, watches from the window as Mike yells at Karen. Karen just smirks, saying the ambulance is breaking HOA rules. The delay puts Sarah's baby in danger and she cries, fearing the worst. Mike holds her hand, promising everything will be okay, but they're both scared. The ambulance crew scrambles to fix the tire, but every second feels like forever. Karen's cruelty shocks the neighbors watching from their windows. Sarah's fear for her baby pulls at everyone's heart, making them angry at Karen's selfish act. Why would someone do this to a woman in labor? The tension rises as Sarah's labor worsens, each contraction more painful than the last. Flashbacks show HOA Karen terrorizing the neighborhood, fining Sarah for a slightly crooked mailbox or yelling at kids for playing too loud. Her petty rule obsession makes everyone miserable, but no one dares challenge her. Now, with the ambulance tire slashed, Karen's cruelty hits a new low. The crew fumbles to replace the tire, but time's running out. Sarah's cries echo and Mike's anger boils as he begs Karen to show some humanity. Karen, smug as ever, snaps back. Rules are rules, showing zero remorse. Neighbors peek from curtains, some too scared to act, others whispering about Karen's madness. The stakes couldn't be higher. Sarah's baby might not survive the delay. Mike's pleas turn to fury, but Karen just crosses her arms, enjoying her power. A brave neighbor, Lisa, secretly films Karen's rant, capturing her cold words and the chaos she's caused. Lisa's hands shake, but she knows this could be key. The video spreads like wildfire online, and people everywhere are horrified. Comments flood in. How could she do this? Save Sarah's baby. The outrage fuels viewers' need for justice. Sarah clings to hope, praying her baby holds on. Mike whispers encouragement, but his voice cracks with fear. The ambulance crew finally gets the tire fixed, but every lost minute feels like a lifetime. The neighborhood's silence breaks as a few residents step forward, glaring at Karen. She scoffs, thinking she's untouchable. But Lisa's video is changing everything, turning Karen into a villain everyone hates. Viewers grip their seats, desperate for Sarah's safety and burning for Karen to face the consequences of her heartless act. Sarah's pain peaks as the ambulance finally races to the hospital, siren blaring. She's sweating, gripping Mike's hand, terrified for her baby. Tears stream down her face as she whispers, "Please, let my baby be okay." Mike, fighting his own fear, promises her they'll make it. The emotional weight hits hard. Viewers feel Sarah's desperation, rooting for her and the baby to pull through. Flashbacks show Sarah decorating the nursery, full of love and hope, making the current danger even more gut-wrenching. Her vulnerability keeps everyone glued, praying for a miracle. Meanwhile, Lisa's video of Karen's rant explodes online. Thousands share it, calling Karen a monster. Strangers post messages of support for Sarah, demanding justice. The clip shows Karen sneering, "They should have parked right," as Sarah's cries echo in the background. Public outrage grows, with hashtags like #JusticeForSarah trending. Neighbors, inspired by the online storm, start speaking up. One shares how Karen fined her for a cracked driveway during chemo. Another recalls Karen's threats over a wrong paint color. The community's fear of Karen cracks, replaced by collective anger. At the hospital, doctors rush Sarah into delivery. The baby's heartbeat is weak and every second counts. Mike paces, helpless but hopeful. After tense moments, a cry fills the room. Sarah's baby is born, alive but fragile. Sarah sobs with relief, holding her tiny girl. Viewers exhale, tears in their eyes, but the fight's not over. Lisa's video reaches local news and police start asking questions. Karen, still smug at home, has no idea her world's about to collapse. The emotional high of the baby's survival mixes with burning anticipation for Karen's downfall, keeping viewers hooked for her punishment. The climax hits as Sarah, still shaken but holding her newborn, finds strength in her baby's survival. At home, HOA Karen remains clueless about the storm she's unleashed. Lisa's viral video showing Karen's heartless rant and the slashed ambulance tire triggers a police investigation. Detectives knock on Karen's door, and her smug grin fades when they mention vandalism and endangering lives. She stammers, claiming it was just about rules, but the evidence, Lisa's footage, tire marks, and a neighbor's photo of Karen near the ambulance, piles up. Karen's lies unravel and she's handcuffed, her face pale with shock. In court, Sarah and Mike face Karen. Sarah, voice trembling, recounts her terror, describing how she thought her baby would die because of Karen's cruelty. Her words silence the room, even the judge looks shaken. Mike glares at Karen, who avoids their eyes, her arrogance gone. Neighbors testify about Karen's years of bullying, painting her as a tyrant. Lisa's video plays and Karen's cold rules are rules line draws gasps. The community, once scared, now unites against her. The HOA board, swamped with complaints, strips Karen of her position, leaving her powerless. Karen tries a last-ditch defense, fake crying about protecting the neighborhood, but the judge isn't fooled. She's charged with felony vandalism and reckless endangerment, facing real jail time. Her humiliated expression as she's led away feels like sweet justice. Sarah and Mike hug, tears of relief mixing with triumph. Viewers cheer, their outrage finally satisfied by Karen's epic downfall. The emotional payoff lands hard. Sarah's courage and the community's stand against Karen's tyranny leave everyone inspired. But the story's not done. Karen's final reckoning and Sarah's healing are still to come. The resolution delivers sweet revenge and a heartfelt close. Karen's world crumbles as she's sentenced to jail for her crimes, vandalism, and endangering Sarah's life. The judge slams her with hefty fines and her house goes up for sale to cover them. Neighbors cheer as the for sale sign appears, thrilled to be free of her tyranny. Karen, once the HOA's queen, leaves in shame, her moving truck vanishing down the street. Social media erupts with celebration, with posts calling it justice served. Viewers feel a rush of satisfaction, relishing her humiliating defeat. Sarah and Mike, now home with their baby, name her Hope, a symbol of their triumph over Karen's cruelty. Sarah's smile as she cradles Hope radiates healing and strength. The neighborhood, inspired by Sarah's courage and Lisa's video, transforms. The HOA eases its harsh rules and residents grow closer, no longer afraid to speak up. They throw a block party for Sarah's family with balloons, laughter, and shared stories of Karen's downfall. Lisa, hailed as a hero, beams as neighbors thank her for sparking change. The closing scene is pure emotion. Sarah rocks Hope on their porch, Mike by her side as the sun sets. The empty lot where Karen's house stood feels like a fresh start. Sarah whispers to Hope, "You're our fighter," tying their victory to the baby's survival. Viewers wipe tears, moved by the family's joy and the community's unity. Karen's absence and Sarah's happiness seal the story's emotional payoff. It's a crowd pleaser. Karen's epic punishment satisfies the thirst for justice, while Sarah's journey from fear to triumph leaves everyone uplifted, hooked until the final heartwarming moment.